Oh, yeah. Freak out. Yeah, I'm looking right into the video scope, And this is Macho Man, #1 Macho Man impersonator, past, present, future, yeah. And I'm here to tell you, you are watching 49er Minded with Bashar. Yeah, the cream of the crop. Dig it?
49er Minded. It's not just a thought process, but a way of life. 49er Minded. 49er Minded. I can't shake it. It's 49er mind that I got. It's 49er shine that I got. My psyche's on another Frisco Super Bowl. Don't sit slow, cause here we go with a super show. A written go session about a red and gold obsession. With some well-controlled expressions, let's talk about that win that we got. Who should have been in the spot? That's how they spin in the spot. Let's call that back, all that crack, all that strip, fumble sack, or just dial it on up. If you wanna talk smack, it don't matter what the storyline, as long as the story aligns with a 49er mind. 49er minded. It's not just a thought process, 49er minded, but a way of life. For sure. 49er minded. Way of life. 49er minded.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're live because it's a victory Sunday. It's a victory Sunday. Hey! 49ers win. They beat the Seattle Seahawks 28-16. I'm here with my special guest, Aaron, from 49er First Takes podcast.
What's up?
Got Terradome, the Terradome YouTube channel. How you guys doing?
Oh, very, very well, young man. Very, very well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's say what's up to some people who've been waiting patiently in the chat room. We have Jimmy Perez, who was the first guy up in here. He says, "What's up, Bashar? Please do not forget to go like and subscribe. We do appreciate you. Thank you very much." 49ers Throwback is here. He says, "Thanks for tuning in, faithful. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe." John Lynch, what's good? What's up, John Lynch? The John Lynch.
Oh, wow.
Our general manager.
Hey, John.
Hey. Thank you for bringing in Chase Young. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, John.
And thank you for signing to Jason Red after the game. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, Jason Brett. Yeah, we're gonna bring that up. She says she gives the game ball to Brandon Ayuk. I do have a poll running in the chat right now. Definitely cast your votes. We would definitely very much appreciate it. Master of Eddie Craft from Texas says, "We so faithful to the Bay." Good to see you, bro. Tej Beats says, "Never seen any fake 49er fans rooting for a rivalry. So many fake Niner fans rooting for a rivalry team." We do have our man on the scene right here, Terradome. He's going to be giving us live game updates. He has access to the game while we're doing the stream, so we'll definitely look to you for some updates, Terradome.
I did too, but unfortunately my junk was glitching. So
yeah. So before we get going with the game, really quick, how have you guys been doing? How's your week been going? Or anything interesting to talk about really quick before we start with the game recap and all that?
Just a good week of preparation and excellent execution by the San Francisco 49ers. Started off a little wobbly, but as we do, we policed ourselves up and put up some major numbers.
Yep.
Is it sure that anything interesting that you had going on this week, or anything you want to touch on that non-49 related, Aaron, or today? Eat anything good lately? I don't know how you've been feeling.
I had pizza today, as you know.
Oh, me and
my brothers tried a different hot sauce. We tried some hot sauce with some like garlic in it. He's got one with Parmesan. Me and Jared are always trying a different hot sauces for wings, something to tear our insides up when, because when you're old, you know what happens when you get old? You eat spicy food and then you pay for it, but it doesn't matter. Still got to do it anyway.
I have a good tolerance for the spicy food. It doesn't hit me hard like it used to. Every now and then, though, I may have some sweat on my forehead from eating the spicy food, but it happened to me yesterday. I threw some Chipotle mayo sauce and this chopped Italian sandwich that I made yesterday. A new food trend on TikTok that's viral on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's called the chopped Italian sandwich. I made one for myself. It was good, but I don't think it's as good as people say, but I definitely have to try it. And this is the first update from Terradome. It says 10-3, Cowboys are up against the Eagles. And where is the game being played? It's in Dallas, right?
It is in Curry World. Yes, sir.
There you go. And Danielle Thompson says John Lynch is the El Chapo of 49er general managers. He might be. He's chopping up the competition, that's for sure.
Oh.
Whoa. Hey, so early on in this game.
Where's my bell?
Rimshot Bell, something. I mean, we're going to do our little recap of the game. The final score was 28-16. And early in the first quarter, the first play of the game, handoff to CMC off the left tackle, a 72-yard run with little help from Ayuk blocking at the end. I thought he was going to get in the end zone, but he didn't. But soon after, Jordan Mason punched it right in, and CMC, he's in the conversation of being the MVP, man. And what are you guys thinking? What were you guys thinking when you saw that right off the bat?
Man, I was like, oh, we get ready to get funky out here today. We get ready to have ourselves a party, get Frankie Beverly Mays fired up. It's getting ready to be one of those. Fun fact, CMC was 9.1 a carry today. 9.1. A first down is 10 yards. This man was getting 9.1 a carry. I had the stats up. It was, as I read, heck, I took them down. What did I do? It was about 145 yards altogether, somewhere's around there. And
so he almost doubled what he had on that. Well, he did double what he had on that big run. There you go.
Man, CMC was CMC. He was just throwing down, man. He was, he does what he does. You can't say nothing bad about him, man. He's the dude, he's what you want. He's man, we struck gold. We just been striking gold. That's why Danielle's calling them the El Chapo of general managers. He keeps striking gold. Rarely is he missing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. It's all culminating, and man, how y'all feel about it?
I feel great, man. It's so nice to have that element where you just had that big play. I mean, we had Raheem Mostert not too long ago, a few years back, and there was a big play element to the game. Now you can say CMC does a bit more than the Mostert obviously does. Not necessarily as blazing fast, but his vision is top notch. He's got that little jumper sidestep, that jump shift. I don't know what you call it, man, but jump cut. Yeah, he doesn't go straight to the hole right off the bat, which is actually smart. A lot of runners who were looking to break the big run do that, and but it is good to read your blocks and fake the defense out. He has that element to his game, and then once after he's done with his little jump cut, then he decides to accelerate and hit the hole. So he's just excellent at reading his blocks. We obviously take advantage of Trent Williams on left side and with Aaron Banks. It would be nice if we could even it out. But
that's conversation we ain't gonna go there today.
I know. But what do you think, Aaron?
You did ask what was my feeling at the beginning of the game is I thought my worries about
big run.
I thought my worries about it being a close game and being a weird, funky divisional matchup where weird things happen. I was like, well, I guess I was wrong. I was like, oh, we're gonna boat race these dudes, and then we know what happened after. So typical non divisional game where you seem to never really be able to predict what's going to happen because they are always strange.
Yeah, there were some weird, shaky moments at times, and going into the game, I did have a prediction 32-13. And initially was going to be a higher score for Seattle. I think I said 32-17, assuming that Geno Smith was going to be the starter. But I had changed my score prediction because I did have a strong feeling yesterday that Drew Lock may be the starter, and he was the starter today. But I totally forgot how mobile Drew Lock is. I mean, not that he was killing us with his feet or his legs, or he just looked a bit more sound than I thought he would. So hats off to Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks coaching staff. It wasn't like they just threw him out there and he looked like pure garbage. He did look like he was kind of ready to rise for the occasion. But it didn't really hurt us all that much. You could say we got
y'all notice we always seem to have it. It's like the backup will just eat on us. Like we just heard radio. It might have been like PJ. What's the kid in Cleveland? PJ Walker.
PJ Walker, that guy.
Or Stidham last year.
Jared Stidham.
We just get the backup and we think, oh, we're going to just crush the backup. And then he comes in and has this like career day. I don't know what it.
It's almost like the coaching staff is just primed and ready to be like, we're gonna prove these guys wrong, or the quarterback is. I don't know, man. There's always something in the air where these backups.
You could get like Richie Malati. He's he just came in from the AFL, traded for a can of Labatt's, and he'll come in and have like a day. Like, who's this dude?
Labatt's beer in Canada. Pamela Anderson got her fame Kickstarter from there. She was at a.
He was a bouncer last week at a highly publicized club in New York, and now he's the quarterback throwing for 400 yards on the 49ers. Yes. I'm like, what happened?
Imagine if we played the New York Giants when they had Tommy DeVito as their quarterback. Maybe he would have had himself a day against us. So these no-name random dudes, man. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
Tommy, don't call me Danny DeVito.
Yes.
Tommy, don't call me Danny DeVito.
Yeah, there you go. So on the we're thinking, hey, this is going to be an easy game, blowout city, and on the ensuing drive, Seattle 70 yards marches down the field within 4 minutes and 19 seconds. It's they get themselves on the board with the Drew Lock deep pass to the left side of the field to DK Metcalf. I thought Ambry Thomas was going to knock the ball down. It looked like to me that Ambry had a really good coverage.
Great position. He was in great position, but I guess he just mistimed his jump. And what do you know, man? Hey, DK gonna DK sometimes.
Very true. Yeah. What was going through your mind on that play, on that 31-yard touchdown of DK Metcalf, Aaron?
I was having a long day after Jarius Ford went out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was like, they knew, man. All that freaking stuff that happened in that Thanksgiving Day game, and then we're going to come out and it's going to be a complete juxtaposition of the previous game. But hey, man, my brother's a Dolphins fan. He was watching the game. He goes, you guys have like, I don't know if it's coaching or just, he's like, you guys, you're not as bad in the secondary as once perceived. I don't know if it's just guys are getting a chance to play or whatever, or is just the defense that Wilkes calls, but coming from an outsider's perspective, I was like, yeah, I noticed that too. They didn't really give up the big plays after that. Yeah. It was nice to see.
True. And I thought that would be a common effect with Wilkes. He was good down here in Carolina. I followed him. App State is not very far. It's in Carolina as well. He's a defensive that kind of guy. And the local shows will show you, one-on-one with your players a lot. And it was in the days of when Josh Norman was here and Bradbury and stuff. And you could see him really working with guys. Yeah, Josh Norman was okay down here. He made a Pro Bowl and he made some money down here, man. But yeah, he soon went to trash after he went to Washington. And got exposed.
Yeah. We down here in Carolina, not enough the Niners though, not 49ers down here.
Yeah, not for the Niners. But he was pretty good. He was a Pro Bowl in Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah. He was pretty dang good at one point. Let me say what's up to some people that are here. I believe Ted might be here. Where's Ted at?
He was up top.
There was Ted Talks Ball. What's up, Ted? Saying what's up to everybody in the chat. We got E Kim. What up, bro? He says, hey, Bashar and crew, appreciate you, bro. Long time no see. Eric Wallace is here. Hey, what's up, bro? Thank you. Appreciate you. He says, great win today, folks. He's a Seahawks fan, actually. So this is all class, though. Definitely appreciate fans from other fan bases. So I'm hopping in here. Rick Diaz says, what's going on, my painful friends of the panel? Painful? I think we're faithful. The other team is
painful, faithful. It's all the same.
I think it was his autocorrect. I don't know. What up, Fired Up 49ers? Kenny says we might have the number one seed after tonight. I hope so. What is the score update? What do we have, Terry Domini? Breaking news.
It looks as fate would have it. They have just ruled a quarterback sneak for the Cowboys. We're looking at 16-3 right now.
Perfect timing. There you go. Well, John Lynch said 17-3. They must have hit the extra point.
Might be a delay. I can't, for some reason, on my TV downstairs, I tried it on my Xbox, didn't work. Tried it on the app, and it keeps freezing. I'm like, really?
Oh, you were trying to have the game running while we were on the stream.
My big ass TV downstairs. You'd think it would work, but of course not.
The only way I could really do it is I could run the stream on a different tab on this laptop. I could do it, but there'd be a major delay because it's a stream and it's not from YouTube TV where it runs really good because I'm too cheap to pay for YouTube TV, and that's that. So I'd be running an illegal stream, and they might have to call the police on me. There you go. So we got some stuff in the chat. Yeah, Terry Dome just gave such a 3 Cowboys. Okay, 6:14 left in the half. Let's get back to our update of the game. So not the update, but the recap. So after the Seahawks did tie up the game, it was 7-7. It was a punt fest. There were 3 punts in a row. We punted, they punted, and then we punted again. After that, though, for Seattle did have a 55-yard drive, a 7-play 55-yard drive where they did hit Myers' 40-yard field goal, which was good. I was hoping he'd miss that one. But at the end of the first quarter, it was 10-7 Seattle. But soon after, in the second quarter, what happened here? Let's see. I think we had the ball actually, and we drove the ball down for 37 yards in 1 minute 43 seconds, and there was a little hiccup where Brock Purdy tried to throw it to Ayuk, and Ayuk dove for a short pass over the middle. But it bounced the wrong way, and Love from Seattle did intercept it. They show the replay, and maybe Ayuk may have ran the wrong route. What were you guys thinking when Purdy got picked off right there?
He didn't curl his route back completely the way it was supposed to. Like he shortened up. He was supposed to run what they call a curl route, and kind of the way it looked like. I don't know if he alligator armed it or he just, I don't know. There was a miscommunication. He probably thought one thing.
Yeah.
But he was getting talked to on the sideline by Kyle. So I don't know. It looked a little heated. So I think there was miscommunication. I think Brock threw it to where it was supposed to be. And I'm not trying to say Brock is flawless, but because he had one pass that was almost picked over the middle early in the game by a defender. But that's what it looked like. And that's what the idea I was getting kind of from that interaction on the sideline. But we could be wrong. Sure, Kyle addressed it in the post game.
Yeah, and I got Brock one time took, and he's got to watch this on first down. On first down, my brother, you don't have to go for it all. There's some check downs that are wide open. You can't go broke taking a profit. Don't get crazy on first down. You realize some of his interceptions have been on first down, and the check downs right there. It's a little curl underneath with Kittle. It might be somebody out in the flat. Just get your little yards on first down. Long handoff, Bill Walsh on in. And, hey, let's move on. Let's play 2nd and 5. Let's play 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. He kind of will sometimes go for the gusto on first down, which I can understand because you want to be a little unpredictable. You want to bust them while they pause, while they are not in the mode of you taking a check down. But, hey, it's right there, man. And we're going to go back and film, and we'll see a Kittle wide open say, hey, hit me. And he goes a little long, and it's into dangerous territory. We just have to clean that up a little bit. But he settled in. Brock does Brock stuff sometimes. He's a kid. He's a kid. I just talked to my son a little while ago, man. He's same age, and these guys get into stuff. Yeah, they get into stuff.
Hey, he is human.
Yeah.
He is human.
he exactly. I think we as 49er fans hold him to a ridiculous standard. Ridiculous. And I think the people who try to discredit him are like watching so intently, like, oh, he's going to F up. He's going to F up. He's going to F up. There it is. See, I told you. Yeah, I'm proven right.
Told you he's not elite.
Yeah, told you
he's limited.
Elite police.
He's assistant quarterback. Assistant quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone on over and over again how any doubt I had of Brock going into this regular season. Once I saw Brock, honestly, all it took was week 1. Once I saw Brock week 1, I was like, you know what? He might be better than he was last year, and I don't see any signs of that injury. That's our quarterback. That's not my quarterback. That's our quarterback.
Yep.
Some are
got to learn to accept it. It is what it is. You got to learn to. Some people just don't want to accept it. He's playing really, really, really good ball, and we're so spoiled as a franchise because it's not Joe Montana like, or if it's not Steve Young like, or if it's not Kaepernick in his first maybe like 18 games or 20 games before, like, see, It's like, guys, come on. We have a chance.
Nick
We have a
Mullen.
chance at a Super Bowl this year. And yeah, he's got a lot of damn weapons. But like in the broadcast said, he said during the broadcast, we got to stop penalizing guys, quarterbacks who have weapons. Like why are we penalizing them? It's not like he has the weapons and he's failing, you know. I don't know, man. I'm at a point right now as a 49er fan where I'm just enjoying the ride, and I really am not not getting caught up in this quarterback.
It shouldn't be a debate. It shouldn't even be a debate. It should just be, that's our guy. That's who we're rolling with, and we're ready to roll and be the best team we can possibly be. That's how I look at it. Let's see. Oh, we got Donald Johnson here. What's up, bro? It says, hey, everyone. Good to see you.
Love you, Miami Vice.
Oh, we got Pterodome in the chat. He's saying, pretty back shoulder fade from Jalen Hurts to AJ Brown inside the Eagles 20-yard line. Okay.
I actually have the game open on another tab here because I have YouTube TV. So
there you go. See, I gave it
amazing on my computer. So
how is it? Is it worth
it?
YouTube
TV's nice.
It works fine on all my TVs except downstairs. My one in the basement. I don't know if because the internet is far away. But like I go to turn it on and like I have the Xbox, so I go to the YouTube TV app on the Xbox Series X, and it's like kind of glitchy looking and behind. And then I go to the one on my TV. There's actually an app that you can just, and then it freezes. And then if I back out of it, I got to re-sign in again. I'm like, what is going on? Man. I think it has something to do with the connection down here, or maybe I need to reboot the TV, or I don't know.
There you go.
Do you have a booster? One of those.
I have the Google Mesh system.
Okay.
So my internet in my house is really strong, but for some reason, like, because I got rid of DirecTV. I have YouTube TV because they have a 7-year contract with the NFL Sunday Ticket. So I'm like, bye-bye. Yeah, I still got the satellite on my roof, but I'm saving like $100 and some odd a month. So
that's what I'm trying to do. But my wife likes local news. She has to watch the news.
The local news comes on there. The rabbit ears don't work for me because I'm on the East Coast. So if I had the rabbit ears, I'd be watching whatever the game is, which is usually like the crappy Giants or whatever. So
dude, we have
just a reminder, we have we do have a poll in the chat. So just cast your votes. Somebody said cast your votes for what when I typed this earlier in the chat. I don't know if the poll shows up for everybody. What the poll is though is who gets the game ball, and so we got going to be vote for Debo, vote for Purdy, vote for Bosa, and so far in the lead, after 14 votes so far in the lead, CMC's got the lead with 43%. We got Debo Samuel at 36%, Purdy with 21%, 0 votes for Bosa. But the poll's going to be going all throughout the show, so just cast your votes and remember, like and subscribe to the channel. If you are not subscribed to the 49er-minded YouTube channel, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Also, I do have Pterodome's channel in the description box of this video. I have Aaron's 49ers First Takes podcast channel in the description box of this video. So definitely show those channels some love. And I don't have super chats, but there is a Venmo link for any donations that that you guys may want to make. It's in the description box of this video. Venmo goes straight to me, which is appreciative for anybody who does that. And let's see what else we got going on in the chat really quick. We got interesting question said, can we from Fired Up 49ers says, can we get Ted Talk's ball to give Purdy some love now? Well, he's saying he's good. I know that he's saying he's
not
good.
Touching that. I'm not touching that. I love my dude. I love Ted. I'm not saying anything.
Ted, we'll have Ted say it for himself. He could spill the beans.
Ted can definitely fend for himself. You don't need anybody's help.
Yeah, he can definitely speak up. On
I think he enjoys spending for himself.
He does he loves the interaction. He loves the back and forth and the fire that the 49er fans give him. Trust me, he's not losing any sleep at night.
Okay, so we do have Jalen Hurts got sacked. Thank you very much for the update. And really quick, so back to the recap of the game in the first half. I did mention that Purdy did get picked off of a Brandon Ayuk drop. There was some miscommunication on where Brandon Ayuk should have ran the route. We understand that, and it is what it is. Sometimes we have those funny interceptions on this team where the ball bounces off somebody's hands and it goes somewhere else, and that happens. But after that, we did force Seattle to punt. Seattle did not score off that possession, which is shout out to our defense on that one. And soon after, the 49ers did march down on an 83-yard drive, starting at the 17-yard line. Took about 2 minutes and 55 seconds, which ended up in Brock Purdy throwing a deep pass to Deebo Samuel right down the field for a 54-yard touchdown. I mean,
perfect throw.
I mean, the whole thing about his arm being limited and he's not a strong arm quarterback and his forte is in throwing the deep ball. I get it. Last year he wasn't airing it out downfield really. He had a couple, but this year's, I mean, I see a stronger arm this year. And more so than the arm, the deep ball accuracy and the timing are like spot on. The chef's kiss on that one. Love that play.
Number one in the NFL, 60% on deep throws. He's very, very efficient. They showed a graphic, first in this, first in that, first in everything, first in flight, first in. The kid's just playing phenomenal, man. I'm just, I'm head over heels for the guy, man. Y'all know I've been riding since December 4th when he came in the Miami game. I say, I think I see him. I think we got him. And Philly just kicked the field goal. It's now 6-17 with 148 left.
Both John Lynch and Terry Dome are providing us with the updates. We appreciate those.
Is this John Lynch from his office right now?
Yeah, very much is. Ted Talks Ball is here. There's deep shots to Deebo Ayuk and Kittle today. I was like, oh, you were at the game. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, he was. He was there.
So again, Ted, you got to witness the greatness of the 49ers led by Brock Purdy taking steps.
You were there. When we win that Super Bowl this year, you're going to say that you were a witness to the greatness of Brock Purdy.
So we're going to go back to
Ted. It was me the whole time driving him to greatness. I had to stay on.
Chad, Chad, if we win the Super Bowl this year, I want you to karaoke the song from Taylor Swift that says, "Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me." Playing.
I don't know that song. Maybe I'll laugh.
No, and she says it in the song because he wants to be proven that he's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. So I mean, we might have that chance this year, and so he's going to have to karaoke that song if the Niners win.
Karaoke, all right.
Just that part of the song.
Just loop it.
Loop it. So the 49ers ended at the half. Was the score of the game was 14-10. 49ers did have the lead, and the first to start off with the third quarter, Seattle did have the ball. It was just a 9-yard drive for them, and we forced them to punt right off the bat. It was basically a 3-and-out almost. Well, 5 plays on that 5-play drive, and then 49ers punted on the ensuing drive. It was a punt fest at that point, and Seattle punted after that. Soon after, though, later in the third quarter, the 49ers did start the ball at the 25-yard line, which ended up at a 75-yard drive. And that one ended where we got a touchdown on that one, which was this was the one that we ran to Deebo Samuel on the left end for 1 yard. I like the fact that we're getting Deebo Samuel involved in the running game. But on this drive that we did throw another strike to Deebo, where that was a 45-yarder as well. It just wasn't a touchdown though. But so Deebo was heavily involved in that drive, and I love the fact again Deebo's involved in the ground game, and he's looking really explosive. Oh, we got Nighthawk in here. Nighthawk Afterburner. He'd be a legend in these YouTube streets if you remember him from the Nighthawk show. He is here. He's called in on the show before. I'd love to have him call in again in the future. What up, Nighthawk? Yeah, man. Deebo's been these past few weeks with Deebo, man. He's getting the end zone, or they're running it, or catching bombs.
And when he was going through his contracts and things of that nature, I was saying, man, you pay Deebo for December, January, and February. I know it's looking a little this, y'all saying he fat and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm telling you to a man, I was up there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Man, they didn't want no part of 19. And I talked to Dallas fans. They don't want no part of 19. He's scared. Deebo in Swahili means the first guy misses. And it's not and it's not because he's slippery or something like that. Those guys are making business decisions when 19 has that ball in the open field. It's got to be. Nobody slips that much. Nobody just, hammy. No, you making business decisions. You don't want that smoke. And the guy is gonna get the only way that first guy's gonna get him is a horse collar, which we saw today. That guy, he comes to play in December. He has a different mindset in December, January, and February. I'm telling you, just the dude, man. Just the dude. You might not like him personally. Maybe it's a couple things rub you wrong. He's a little lazy here. Some people say he could have ran that a little bit better. But give 19 that ball in the open field, I tell you, it'll change your life.
People also got to realize that we're playing the long game here. Sometimes as a player, if a player looks like maybe he's dogging it or like not giving full effort, or maybe a guy could go back in a game that decide not to, like it's a long season, man. And you gotta make decisions sometimes. And Debo last year got his contract, looked fat, mainly because he couldn't practice because he didn't want to get hurt. This year he's our Tyreek Hill. Our offense is completely different when he's not on the field.
Yeah,
he unlocks everything.
Yeah,
I mean McCaffrey does. Like, to me, I hate to say this, and people are going to probably roast me for it, but as much as good as Ayuk is, to me, he's not like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, man. Like, he's not a guy that can just like take over a game like a Jerry Rice or a T.O. or somebody like that. It's not, I don't know, man. Like, he's a really good player within the offense and the construct of this offense. But maybe he's better on a team with a quarterback who can, throw bombs all day, like, I don't know, Josh Allen or Philly or this, that, or other. But I don't know, man. Like, that's why when the contract comes up, I'm thinking, like, would they be willing to part ways with him and draft somebody to replace him? Like, I don't know. It's just when certain guys on this team, they're not going anywhere. Debo, CMC, Kittle, like they're not going to move on. Ayuk, I love him to death, but I don't know. I don't get that same. Debo just is it when Debo's in the game and when Debo's on the field, the 49ers are really, really lethal.
He's a star. He's just he's a star. It's different from a really, really good player. And make no mistake, I want Brandon Ayuk. I love Brandon Ayuk, but it's some guys who are just stars. Mm-hmm. They're just so special. It's something different. It's a je ne sais quoi, the French call it. It's just this dude, just a star. He just, my wife dragged me to that Beyonce, and if anybody's in the Beehive, please forgive me, but
she dragged you?
Yeah, man. I can't do Beyonce for 3 hours. It was 3 hours.
Oh, that's
it was like Aretha Franklin's funeral, dude. But she's a star. She's just a star. Wow. There are wonderful singers out there. Alicia Keys is a wonderful singer. Just Fantasia's a wonderful singer. Patti LaBelle, a wonderful singer. She just comes with this grandiose performances, and she's just a star. Some people just star. Debo Samuel, just a star. Wow. Hey, Brandon Ayuk can sell 1 million albums. He can sell 10 million albums. He's a virtuoso at what he does. Great route runner. He's leaving people with his moves. He's got quality hands. He asks of what you want, and he does it very well. But it's just
block for you too,
and unselfish. Everything you want in a teammate. But there you go. Debo Samuels is a star. He's the first one that other teams are thinking about. And 22 sets of eyes when he goes in motion. Oh, look at 19. And then they all look at 19 again. And then 23 will bust you up. And then Kittle will bust you up. And then Jennings will come in there and sneak his little thing in. It's an embarrassment of riches sometimes, man. Even when I'm talking to other fan bases. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And they say, how y'all doing that? It's a salary cap. You're not supposed to have all those.
It's two words for you. Parag Marate.
Yeah, we got a quarterback just on a little rookie deal.
That's right.
You can go in tomorrow, Monday morning, tomorrow we could go in and say, Brock, you've been playing pretty good. We're going to triple your salary, buddy. And it still ain't but $2.4 million.
Hey, man, I wonder what he's thinking after he saw that Shohei Ohtani contract, man. Raj pointed this out to me last night.
$700 million.
I think in one game, Ohtani's making what Purdy's making this year. It's something ridiculous like that. Maybe, yeah.
It might be an inning.
Yeah. You know what? One might be the reason that one team wins the championship, and one might be a reason why one team, like the Dodgers, and I'm a New Yorker. People hate the teams that buy all the good players for championships. Like, they resent them.
Are you a Yankee fan?
Huh?
Are you a Yankee fan?
I used to be. I just don't get into baseball. I don't get into baseball anymore. I just can't. Baseball bores me. I was a big Yankees fan probably for about 20 years. And I don't know, probably the last, I'd say 10 years or so, I'm just like, can't do it anymore. You know what it is with the Yankees? The Yankees just, they prove that you can't build a championship team by just getting all the best players and signing them. You got to have an organic, like, mesh of players. Like, the Niners are, they build mostly through the draft. I'd say 85% of their team is through the draft. And what that does is it creates, like, I don't know, it's a special aura than when you go grab a guy from another team who's not part of your what you have in the building, and you got to kind of like bring them along. And it just, I don't know, sometimes free agents come in and you can get them for 1 year and they help you win a championship. And then there's guys that you bring in and all of a sudden they mess up the culture of a team. So it's like, I don't know. I just like the way the Niners do things. They're kind of old fashioned in a way. The Rams went and they just got everybody, but they won. But now, as you can see, they're kind of suffering for it. So,
yeah,
they didn't do it right. I think even if we were to win one, I think we'd have things. We'd be a bit more prepared to be ready for the long term.
Yeah,
and we do draft nice. And hopefully we can knock things out with these with a first rounder, a second rounder, and a third rounder we got coming up in this upcoming draft. To have a full complete draft would be definitely nice to have for a change. I was trying to shout out somebody. I know E. Kim in the chat asked me, are the 49ers the next toughest test of the season on the schedule remaining? I don't see the comment I was going to flash on the screen. It's just so many comments for me to look for. But shout out to E. Kim. E. Kim, yeah, I mean, the Ravens are by far the toughest team on our schedule from this point out. In the regular season, we're facing the Cardinals next week. We're facing the Commanders, and after that, the Ravens. And I believe the final game of the year will be against the Los Angeles Rams. So at Levi's, that is. So yeah, definitely the Ravens. That will be a tough game. We always seem to do poorly against the Ravens.
Real quick update. Let me throw this in there. I was going to put it in the chat. The safety for the Philadelphia Eagles was on a tackle. He got evaluated for a concussion. As soon as he went out, the Cowboys did something that you always should do. Go right at his replacement, because he's looking all around and he's furry. He's like, where am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to go? First and goal, Cowboys right now, 27 seconds left. They went right in the middle of the field, right where his replacement is. Dak Prescott on the pass, incomplete in the corner of the end zone, good coverage. But they're on the 1 yard line with 23 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm watching the game too. I'm horrible. Let's see. First and goal. He throws. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Got it. You're ahead of me too.
Yeah.
They did exactly what you're supposed to do. Whenever that replacement comes in, go at him.
Oh, who got the touchdown?
Dallas.
No, but the player that caught it.
It's like number 13. Who was that?
Flag.
What's his name? Gallup.
Yeah, Michael Gallup. So Jerry John Lynch is saying 24-6 Cowboys. I'm assuming that the call stood for that touchdown. Let's hope it does.
It did. It stood. They just haven't kicked the. I might be behind, so they might have already kicked the extra point. That's awesome, dude.
Got it. Yeah, it's not hitting me just yet, but it'll definitely be nice. When it's all said and done.
And listen, guys. All we got to do is win out, and we take care of business. If they lose tonight, if the Eagles lose tonight, then all the Niners have to do is just win out. That's it. And it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. No, to go in and win every single game that you're expected to win. But other than the Ravens, I mean, actually, all the games kind of scare me because going in Arizona, as much I think we'll beat them, but like I hate going to Arizona, and the Rams are the Rams. You know what I mean? And the Commanders, I don't know. All 4 games make me worried, but I think we should be able to take care of business.
They're all winnable, in my opinion, but the Ravens game is the one. I mean, for whatever reason, Ravens as a team, regardless of what era they're in, I believe they've had the upper hand on us a whole lot. We can go as far as back to that Super Bowl, unfortunately.
At least we get them at home this time instead of in that freaking swamp that they play in, where it's always, anytime you see a Ravens game, it's always wet and muddy.
That's when I took the family up about 3 years ago, man, and it was just miserable. It's a nice place to. They're a football town. They love their Ravens, and it's in close proximity to the hotel and everything, man. But it was dreary in Baltimore, man. And I played the theme from The Wire as soon as I drove into Baltimore, so it was one of my favorite shows ever. That and The West Wing. But we did lose by 3.
I'm gonna bring up something from Twitter. Shout out to a good friend of mine, 49ers and NFL News 24/7. Really good dude. If you're watching, shout out to you, bro. He was actually at the Eagles game. I had a few talks with him after the game, and he said it was just nuts there. He went there with his wife, but he didn't get any fights. But said he just had so much fun seeing the Niners beat the brakes off the Eagles in Philly.
Yeah,
and he posted this right here. I got on my screen with Brock Purdy. He's saying a record watch. Brock Purdy is 725 passing yards away from being the San Francisco 49ers single season leader in passing yards in franchise history. Wow. Jeff Garcia is first with 4,000. There you go. Ring that bell. You can ring my bell. Just kidding. Jeff Garcia is the first with 4,278 yards. Purdy currently has 3,553 yards. Purdy needs to average 181.5 passing yards in the next 4 games to do so. I think he has this. I think he's got this. I'm not really too big on like passing yards, but it's nice. It's nice to finally see that, to have a 49er quarterback, which we haven't had in a long time, get 300 plus passing yards with regularity. I love it.
And it's a dude that nobody wants to give credit to.
Yeah.
He just keeps doing stuff. And it's just like, okay, I'm going to move the goalpost here. Well, now, but now he's got to go and do this. And then he goes and does it. Well, he hasn't done it in a big game yet, so then it doesn't count. It's like, stop, man. Give him credit.
He hasn't won from behind. And it's like, well, the Eagles were up 6-0 on us. Oh, that doesn't count. There wasn't enough points.
You got to do it at the end when, everything's gone haywire, and you got to throw it deep and win with it. One hand tied behind his back on fire.
Blindfolded.
Yeah.
1 foot chained to the field. He can't. His 1 foot has to be chained to the field.
Minefield.
Right. We got to put some mines down on the ground. He's got to be. See, he wasn't able to elude those exploding mines. He's not elite. Like, it's getting ridiculous, dude. It really is.
I've given up. Oh, he gave it to the elite police. He's got the elite police going. Oh,
the elite police.
He's not elite to me.
Let's hear it.
I remember Fran Tarkington did it.
I remember back in my day, Sonny Jurgensen. It's like, come on, dude. Nobody was alive back then.
He's no YA tittle.
And I'll tell you something that isn't elite is his pass protection. And more often than not, he's complete. I mean, on the few passes that he made, the big plays that he did have good time to throw, which was nice. It's like, okay, cool. That's a breath of fresh air. Purdy's got time to sit back and be comfortable in the pocket and air it out. But plenty of throws this season. I mean, he's just, he'll scramble around or have guys hitting him to the side or guys throwing their whole body in his face, and he's still completing them. That's the beauty of Purdy. I mean, you saw that very first game that he played in Miami. No, sorry, against Miami. they just had all kinds of blitzing at him, and he still was completing passes. I mean, he never gets rattled. I never see the guy get rattled ever.
Halftime, boys. Cowboys 24, Eagles 6.
Sounds good. Well, they are the second half team, right? Remember they kept saying that in the Niner game.
Oh yeah, the Eagles will come back on you now. Jalen Hurts can come back. He stood it against elite teams and beat.
Don't call it a comeback.
Did you hear about Seth Joyner getting mad when Bosa said that they kind of put out a blueprint, and he's like, pretty much saying like he got all mad. Seth Joyner, like, what are you talking about, dude? And you never sniffed a champ. I don't think Seth Joyner ever sniffed a championship. Why are you mad?
I don't think so either. He was on some good teams, man. They were on some good teams,
but the Cowboys were always smashing them back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Like anytime they met in the playoffs, it was always big giant offensive line running over Philly. And then and Philly always had garbage quarterbacks. I mean, I liked I call him Randall McDaniel. Randall Cunningham. Like Rodney Peete. And like all these also ran, and then you're going against Dallas with like Tuanay and Nate Newton and Larry Allen.
Yes, man, they were.
And defense had like Haley and Tolbert and freaking Leon Lett. They were they were loaded.
And then they got Tony Casillas and. They just got so much off that Herschel Walker trade, man.
Yeah. Oh, that was a gimme. That trade
was just
Jimmy Jones was good. He was a backup, a rush guy. I mean, every time you looked, they always had someone. Man, the Niners, dude. I was watching an old 49ers Cowboys matchup, and man, the Niners offensive line was so small in '94.
Yeah,
Dallas's defensive line was just the Niners offensive line was horrendous that year.
And they were fast, too. They were fast. They were supposed to be like next year's guys. They'll come along. They're young now, but they came in there, man, in the candlestick in, I think it was 94. I remember it very well. Me and my dad had a case of ginger ale on it. That was our preferred. And, man, they ran me. They boat raced me, man. That daggone it was a guy named Alvin Harper, their receiver. He caught that slant and just bust that game wide open, man. I said, them boys ready now. They ain't messing around.
Don't get me started with Alvin Harper on that NFL Films video when he was stretching before the game where the 49ers beat them in 94. He was like, we got the real number 80 over here. The real number 80. That's the big number 80 over there. Cry baby. Came all the way over here to kick their ass. Oh man, I couldn't stand Alvin Harper, dude.
Man, Mike Irvin told him, he said, man, don't mess with Jesus and cleats. Don't do it to yourself. Jesus and cleats gonna come and see you. And man, we so brilliant. I think it was Mike Shanahan, who was the OC at that time, slid Jerry to the slot. And Dion was out wide. And that just nullified everything, man. Jerry in the slot just was eating lunch, man. I think it was the second play of the game. He went for 75, 80. And
that was in Dallas. That was in Dallas. Gerbach was starting. Gerbach was starting. It was 1995. I remember it was a year after we won the Super Bowl. It was like second play of the game. Jerry Rice, boom, over the middle touchdown. I'm just like, wow. That's a game. We knocked out Troy Aikman in that game too.
Put it on him. Yeah, we were loaded, man. That was the good old days. With John Madden and Pat Summerall.
Yeah, dude.
They're covering the game here. It's going to be a great
People always
one.
make fun of us older folks, and they say all you do is talk about the past. Because the past is better than what's now, man.
It was so good. The 80s were. The 90s and 80s just were better. That's why y'all sampling
everything was better. The music, the television, cartoons, the sports.
Music was definitely better, that's for sure. I'm gonna flash something on the screen. Shout out to Kenny, fired up 49ers in the chat. He ran it by my attention. And it's from David Lombardi on Twitter. It says, Brock Purdy has been the most accurate deep passer in the NFL this season. We saw more of that on the Debo touchdown. Completion percentage on 20-yard plus throws. Number one in the NFL, 63.2.
They're wide open.
Exactly, they're wide open. Brock Purdy, 63.2% on completion percentages on 20-yard plus throws. Right behind him is CJ Stroud at 58.3%. Jared Goff at number 3, 54.8. Dak Prescott, number 4, 53.6. Tua Tagovailoa, 53.3. I mean, Purdy is just putting up all kinds of numbers. I mean, people were saying that's yak this, yak that. Kansas City Chiefs are number one in the league in yak yard plays. Their quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. 49ers, last I checked, we're at number 6, and Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills were at number 5, right ahead of Brock Purdy. So it's like, yeah, we do get yak plays, but we're not the best in the league at it. Other teams are better, and they have these elite strong arm quarterbacks, Mahomes and Josh Allen, and whoever else is above the Niners. So it's just all this ridiculous slander of Purdy. It just kills me, dude.
It's just dissonance at this point, man. It's just denying what is reality. You just can't believe your lying eyes.
That's Nick Wright and Eric Mangini.
Yeah,
Nick Wrong. Nick Wrong.
You hear what Eric Mangini? Did you hear that stupidity that Eric Mangini said about Brock Purdy, saying he's got to throw the ball where receivers don't have to reach for him? That's why he's not elite yet. Like, he just had like this list of stuff, and I think it was my guy Sterling Bennett, 49er Access. He's like he just proved that he doesn't watch any 49er games.
Yeah. He just heard some things. He's a 7th-round pick, so he can't do.
They're a scoreboard. Those guys are scoreboard watchers. You can tell when people don't watch games. Oh my God, him and Nick Wright or Nick Wrong. I always tell people Nick Wright was that guy in school who got his books dumped every single day.
Yeah. Looks like Gallagher. Remember Gallagher?
The guy used to smash watermelons.
I was gonna say the throw to Debo, that deep throw to Debo that Purdy had was a solid 43, 42 air yards in the air. It wasn't just like, it wasn't like one of some yak deep ball or something.
Sometimes I feel like his lack of elite arm strength actually helps him on deep throws, because he can't, like some guys who have big arms tend to really just let that thing rip sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And it'll blow past a guy, right?
It'll hang in the air like crazy.
Yards. Yeah.
His it's almost like he has just enough air before it fizzles out, where it just like it's like a breadbasket drop every single time. So whatever, dude. Like, keep doubting him, keep moving the goalpost, keep making all these different alternative things that he needs to do. He's probably going to have to go serve a round over in the Middle East in the military before they can call him elite. Like, it's just like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up the recap of the game really, really quick.
Go ahead, bro.
So we ended off with the Niners scoring that 1-yard touchdown run to Debo. Soon after, later in the game, the Seahawks had a quick drive, man. Only 1 minute and 34 seconds as they went up 78 yards up the field. That was that big play that Drew Lock at times looked pretty good in this game.
Short pass rush. Let me throw the caveat. Our pass rush just was not getting off today. Early for the first, I'd say 2.5, 3 quarters. I kept knowing. I said, "Are they running in mud? What's wrong? What's going on?" And Drew Lock was having his way a little bit.
Yep. But that was a touchdown to Parkinson, who I'd never heard of before. I want to be TJ Hawkinson with that long ass hair, 25 yards. Dude had a big TD on us. They didn't know who he was either. Apparently, they didn't probably even see him. Nobody about to cover the guy. But later in the fourth quarter, on the ensuing possession, 5-play drive, 75 yards. It only lasted 1 minute and 60 seconds. Actually, Purdy doing his thing again. A deep pass to Kittle, 44 yards. It's just like, you can't throw deep. It's just yak this. Yakety yak, don't talk back. Drink it down with some cognac. Yeah, he's throwing deep balls, but you guys aren't looking.
You were waiting for that one.
Yeah,
looking for it, man.
I got to give him some applause on that. Yeah, that was. You wait for those. Those are bars. They are criminal minded. You've been blinded. Looking for a style like this, you can't find it. That was nicely done.
Thank you very much. And then later in the game, what happened here? So the Seattle Seahawks attempted to throw a deep pass on the next possession. It was only a 2-play drive for the Seahawks, by the way. It lasted 9 seconds. Drew Lock drops back the pass, throws a deep one, attempts to throw a deep one to DK Metcalf. Jair Brown with the interception at the 38-yard line. I'm so proud of Jair Brown. I love Hufanga. I miss him, but Jair Brown stepping up.
Tough guy. I like him. I like him a lot, man. Penn State guy. And he's showing his mettle. That was a good 3rd-round pickup. I wasn't mad at that at all.
Got to get a little better on some of those tackles that he misses.
You
think a little wide. But Hufanga has the same problem sometimes, so it's kind of where they come in 100 miles an hour and go woo right past the guys. Like, oh.
like a cheetah
slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
The good thing is we haven't seen a drop off. That's how I look at it. It's basically it's almost like you're getting Hufanga, and you're not getting weaker than Hufanga. At least I haven't seen it yet.
There you go. And Hufanga's a all pro or second team all pro bowler. You still got a really good ball player, and he's probably a little faster. Probably a smidge faster. So
you think next year our starting corners will probably be Jair Brown and Talanoa Hufanga?
Man, no telling.
Or do you think the Niners move on from Hufanga and keep Jair Brown, and then keep Brandon Ayuk?
I love Gibson too,
the
man.
Was Gibson going, but Gibson won't age. He's like Benjamin Button.
He's been balling, man.
He's
quiet. He's a quiet baller.
He's like 13 now. Every time we see him, he ages.
Yeah, he's a little younger. Yeah, he can't get a beer now.
Purdy looks like Benjamin Button too, man. Like,
oh man, Purdy looked like the
coming in like a 12-year-old. Like, look at him.
Bad.
according to that idiot, Colin Cowherd. He's another reason why Purdy isn't elite is because he wears his hat backwards, which is something I
know. You can't wear that hat backwards. I'm not an elite
human being because for a really long time, up until I started streaming, I used to wear my hats like this all the time, and I look like an idiot. But that's how we're gonna measure if someone's elite is if they wear their hats backwards. Like, come on.
Yeah, Fred Durst was good at pulling it off. Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, he could put his hat backwards. Some people look good with it. For me, I tried it. It just doesn't look good. I just like to wear my hat the regular way. It is what it is.
Colin Cowherd used to say that years ago. And I've been a Colin Cowherd fan for many years, man. And he would say that about the quarterback position. You had to be a word that he used called quarterbackial. And you had to be serious and stoic. You couldn't be frat boy because it was the year he was really dogging on Baker Mayfield. He didn't like Baker Mayfield because of the police tape that was out, and Baker was down there in Austin tossing a few, and Johnny Manziel the year before that. So he said your quarterback needs to take on the persona of the CEO and the face of your franchise. It's a multi-billion-dollar franchise, so that quarterback needs to be more reserve, presidential. Look at that guy. Look at Peyton, man. Look at Tom Brady. Look at these guys. And in the traditional sense, probably, that's what you want the last 20 years. But if we think about CEOs nowadays, man, these kids are inventing Uber. These kids are inventing Yahoo, some new app that we're all using on our phone. They're 23 years old and they're the CEOs.
Yeah.
It's just a different age now. And some of that stuff, I want everybody, man, I came in the Army, you cut your hair short. Dad wouldn't let me have anything long. I wanted an afro so bad that you were from the hell, Huey. It's just a different age now. Now kids wear the dreads, the kids wear the locks, the kids they just look at an NBA game, man. It's tattoos everywhere. You couldn't have a tattoo.
You got suits with short. You have like LeBron wearing a suit with a pair of shorts,
Yeah, they got
suit shorts.
Like boys to men, just
yes.
It's just times change a little bit. And I just look at the production of a guy, man. Give me the production of a dude. I don't care if the kid's black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, Asian, Hispanic. Man, if you can give me 70%, 9.6 yards, air yards, you can give me all that. You can, put points on the board, have me going from 22 or 23 to 30 points a game. I wouldn't care how you wear your hat. You can wear the daggone thing around your chin if you want.
Jimmy Garoppolo looked like a CEO, but he played like dog water, so nobody cares.
Exactly.
I mean, and to Purdy's credit, he's actually very well dressed, and Fred Warner says he's like the cleanest dressed on the team, and just said maybe Cowherd skipped all that and saw the hat backwards, and I guess like I said, that day the production and crew probably called in sick, and they ran out of things to bring up, and Cowherd just threw that out there, which was dumb and stupid, but whatever. He'll learn. The other time, Ryan Lotto over in the chat saying he was an amazing corner. You made all pro, and obviously safety. Ryan Lott's a legend. I love our DBs though. There are no name kind of corners that rise to the occasion, though. I mean, I just hope these guys can get on the jugs machine a little bit because I see a lot of drop interceptions
Missed
here and drop
opportunities,
interceptions
man.
there,
Yeah.
And but hey, Jair Brown did catch it. I mean, Lenore, there was one time where they tried to pick on Lenore, and then look when he was guarding DK, and he ran in there, boom, and tried to intercept it, but dropped it at the end. But I just love it when I see Lenore out there making plays. I love it when I see Ambry Thomas making plays. I mentioned before, I did so many mock drafts the year those two got back in 2021. Those two got drafted in. There are multiple mock drafts, but I picked both those guys in the same mock draft because for whatever reason they kept popping up as suggestions for me, and I researched them a little here and there, and lo and behold, we drafted them, and I'm glad both of them are doing good because Ambry Thomas was getting trashed big time earlier in the year. I thought I'd never see him come back, but look at him now, man. Now he's back, and now Lenore's stepping up. So I like these two young guys, man. They're cool.
Love them. Yeah. I met his sister. I didn't meet her sister, but she was on I think it was Eric Crocker's show, I believe.
Do you have Lenore's sister?
Yeah, and she just loves her brother, man. She's just so crazy about it. And he was having a kind of hard time. It was last year, I believe. He was dealing with some personal things or whatever, or the year before. And she said, he gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Watch. And that just endeared it to me because, I got a couple of sisters who just, no matter what, their brother go be all right, and I'm riding my brother. That's my brother, and they're good kids, man. We got.
My sister used to beat up bullies for me. My sister used to beat up bullies. I had a dude who tried to kill me. He put a fishing line around my neck and was trying to choke me. And my sister was watching me. I was at like a playground. There's a dude we lived in like a townhouse complex. And he knocked me out on the bus at one point. My dad went down to the house and was like wanting me to fight him. So like my sister jumped on this kid like MMA style and was just like bam, bam, bam. My sister, even though I'm way bigger than her, like you're right. Like some sisters will always have their brother's back.
They always.
And if you call them with a problem, especially with another female, they don't care if they can't barely move anymore. They got bad knees. They're still gonna find a way to come over and smoke somebody.
I want to give a shout out to a Niner fan who I have had the pleasure of running into with him and his wife. He's based in Arizona now, but he's originally a California guy. Niner Cali boy. What's up, bro? So it's a good show, fellas. Good to see you. And let me just recap something really quick. So the last touchdown I mentioned was the last touchdown we scored for the game, and that being 28-16. Soon after that, before the game ended, actually, we tried to move the ball down the field a bit, and unfortunately, Brandon Ayuk did fumble later in that game, and it was looked like he was about to hit on a big pass, man.
Oh, he was going. Yeah. He was going. He was thinking about the end zone dance he's gonna do. I know what he was thinking. He was just looking
doing that like that digga digga digga.
Yeah,
it was a 30. It was a short pass for 30-yard completion. Ayuk was running. And Purdy was. Ayuk was running. Looked like it would have been a touchdown, but of course he fumbled that one.
Like a loaf of bread, man. Like you can't.
Yeah.
He's got separate. You gotta be like Tiki Barber. Remember Tiki Barber used to have that thing high and tight.
Yeah, because he had a fumbling problem early in his career.
Yes, Coughlin straightened that out.
We need more coaches like Coughlin nowadays, man.
Oh yeah, man. I love
miserable. Really good.
I love miserable ass crusty coaches that are
those Belichick types. He's a Belichick type.
If you're here 10 minutes early, you're late. Like Patches O'Houlihan off a dodgeball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge anything.
Right. Yeah. I miss guys like about not just Belichick, but guys like Bill Parcells that were just like they used to eat players alive on a sideline.
I like Rex Ryan, man. I like Rex Ryan.
Who did he say? Yes. He was talking to somebody. He's like, this isn't I forget what college team.
This ain't UCLA. Yeah, that ain't UCLA over there this year.
Yeah, those are the. Right? I forgot what team they were playing. It might have been the Eagles or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he would get after his own guys and almost scare them. He was talking to one guy one time about he's like, I'm going to be back here so much, I'm going to make you sick. It was like a special teams guy. He's like, I'm going to make you sick. I love that. I respond to that.
That's old school stuff, man. And
I respond to that.
him and Phil Simms used to get into it, man, so much, man. And Phil Simms came over. He said, I threw an interception one time, and I came over to explain to him. It went from too high to rubber, and I was getting ready to say, he said, shut the fuck up.
There is a clip of him saying, shut up, Sims. Like Sims is getting into it with somebody. He's like, shut up, Sims.
Bill Walsh actually wanted Phil Simms over Joe Montana. Some people think that had Phil Simms been drafted a Niner, he may have done just as well as Montana and maybe better. They were throwing that out there. I was reading about that. Joe Montana wasn't necessarily Bill Walsh's main guy. I mean, he grew on Walsh.
Yeah, it was a third round out of Notre Dame.
It took him a while to beat out Steve DeBerg, man.
Yep. We got Sentinel Football Channel here. He mentioned Mike Ditka. I was gonna say I liked Rex Ryan because he was so funny on Hard Knocks. I like his style. He's got that old school style. And if you hear Rex Ryan talk about Purdy, man, he talks him up, and he mentions he makes some parallels to Montana's calm, cool, collective demeanor, and even Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw at halftime were saying some similar type stuff about Purdy at halftime too. I don't know if you guys caught that.
He said he's not Montana. He goes, let's get one thing. He's not Montana, but he's like Montana-esque as far as like the accuracy.
Got a lot of Montana stuff going on. And
Montana always threw the ball where guys that all they had to do is essentially run under it.
Yes, sir.
Montana was so accurate.
A catchable
accuracy,
ball. That's what
timing.
Bill Walsh stressed. 12 inches in front of the numbers. 12 inches, which is almost impossible. But the goal was 12 inches in front of the numbers. That way, if you're off 4 inches here or 4 inches there, it's still a very good catchable ball. And he said, don't throw darts at balloons. I want you throwing balloons at dart. Give them something to catch and let these guys do what they do. Let them do what they do. I got Rice here, Solomon here, Clark here, John Taylor here. These guys, I've opened this thing up. I know where everybody's going to be. The safety's going to go over that way. Just hit them 12 inches in front of the numbers and watch them work.
Yep.
That's
and here's another thing, too. Montana had yak guys, too, right? Montana had yak guys. And all of a sudden having yak guys because you're Brock Purdy is all of a sudden a problem. But we had John Taylor. Remember the game in 1989, the year we won the Denver Super Bowl against the Rams? The Niners were down. Montana hits 2 10-yard slants, and John Taylor goes like 90 yards on 2 plays, and Rice is blocking downfield on both of them. Just
unselfishness. The unselfishness. I love seeing guys downfield taking pride in springing the guy.
I love that about Ayuk. He will get downfield and block for people. Say whatever you want about. Sometimes he's a little bit, I don't know, but this Niners team, if they do win this year, man, it is the most team oriented. It would be the most it would just feels like everybody deserves it. Doesn't feel like somebody
in the locker room.
Yeah,
like remember when Garoppolo was here, and we carried him in 2019 with the run game and the defense.
Yeah,
you don't get that this year. You don't get that. It's like most games, the Niners offense and defense both do their job, but like sometimes it might be one or the other, and there's no dissension. Like if the defense has to carry a team all season, eventually sometimes they get a little bit, whatever with the offense or vice versa. There's none of that this year, and so if a championship does happen, it would be the most like complete team championship run, like where everybody deserves it, not just the defense or the running games or whatever. I don't know.
Championship ball. I look for those things that are hidden. The Bible speaks of things hidden are eternal. Those things that you can see are merely temporal. And there are just some hidden gems all along in a game. Just seeing how a guy, you're going to run back. We're going to watch the all 22. And that big one that Debo scores in the first quarter that you had recapped, man. Take a look at how excited Ayuk is when the pass is being thrown. He's at the bottom of the screen while it's a deep over. Debo is getting it on a deep cross on top of your screen. Look back at at IU. Go back and look when we played the Eagles last week.
Yeah,
Look
and
who
sliding in.
comes in and slides in. They are just genuinely happy for one another. They want both. They want everybody to eat. I know what championship ball is, and this is it, man. They got it. I know what it's supposed to look like. I done seen it in 81. I done seen it in 84. I done seen it in 88. I done seen it in 89. I done seen it in 94. I know what it's supposed to look like. I know how you feed off of a champion. I've been in championship teams. I know what it's supposed to be. It's not clicked up. It is, man. I want Bashar to get this one. I want Bashar, and I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader. I want Aaron to get. I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader. I'm gonna be your biggest advocate. And if it's anything I can do, I'm gonna just make my boys eat. I'm I live vicariously through your excitement.
I appreciate that. I mean, when Chase Young came to the Niners, before he even stepped on the field and actually played a real game, he was just talking about how much he loved the culture of the locker room, and then we lo and behold we pick up Logan Ryan, and you hear the way he talks, and you could tell he's with his great career or whatever, you can tell he's a great locker room guy to add to the mix. Yeah. And then when you saw the video that they put together for Eric Armstead and his NFL Man of the Year recommendation, the way the D linemen and Kinlaw and all those guys and Randy Gregory, all those guys, I didn't know. Like I literally tweeted that video out on my Twitter, and I put a quote tweet. I had no idea. I said this team is way closer than I thought it was. The way the D linemen were all talking about Eric Armstead, I was like, man, I feel really, really good about the squad. The way this team talks about it, all the other players,
Kinlaw wore an Armstead jersey today to the game.
He had a good game today, by the way, man. He looked good, man.
He didn't play too bad. He had to step up because we lost Hargrave during the middle of the game with a hamstring or
we were already missing Armstead.
Yeah.
Kalia Davis was out there. Shout out to Kalia Davis. That's a guy I've been waiting to step up.
I've been waiting for Kalia too, man.
Looks like DJ Jones, don't he? He looks like DJ Jones.
Similar style.
Like blink, it's like, that's DJ Jones.
Yeah.
Short and squatchy.
Kalia Jones, a former linebacker.
Looks like a ninja turtle.
Former linebacker converted into a D tackle. Ninja turtle like that. What up, Sentinel?
Those
Sentinel
guys
says
can be dangerous. There was one back in the Cowboys days, y'all can remember. Randy White was a linebacker at University of Maryland, and he came in. And they call him the Manimal or the man.
Remember the Joe Klecko Randy White commercial where they had the bars of soap and they're break it or whatever.
And you went out and tried it.
I couldn't. No, I was a little kid. I couldn't do it.
I've tried to rip a phone book. Doesn't work.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I've tried that before. I'm like, damn, how big do your hands and how strong do they need to be? Need some like Andre the Giant hands or something.
What about Sentinel says, does anyone feel like we're in the episode of the Twilight Zone because the Niners have a quarterback who for the first time in decades is the MVP frontrunner? Exactly, man. It feels weird. Like, whoa.
I'd rather us win a championship game, a championship this year. I don't really care about the accolades and I'm sure players would love to get them. But if you ask this team and the coaches, the winning
is already. Brock's like, hey, yeah.
If it happens within the course of the season, it's like whatever. But
I do want a quarterback that is in the MVP talks. So it doesn't necessarily have to win it. But if you're in the talks year in, year out, that means that this team is headed to good places. That's all I'm saying. And this is very true, by the way. The 49ers did sign Jason Verrett to the practice squad. He congratulated the team after the win. Shout out to Rajar at 49ers. He posted the video of it. So that's some breaking news, obviously. And
we're going to need it if we got a list. Chavarius Ward is going to be out.
They're trying to get Zach Ertz. From what I hear, he's a Bay Area guy. Went to high school in Bay Area. Played at Stanford.
I'd love to have Zach Ertz.
The more the merrier.
He's dreaming up college.
He's some rings, baby.
Tight end set. That would be spectacular, man.
Okay, this one we're gonna stick around for a little bit, but our man here, Aaron, my special co-host, does have to get going. And if you're not subscribed to his channel, hit the 49ers First Takes podcast link in the description box of this video to hit that subscribe and like. and all that good stuff. And just let everybody know about your channel, what you got going on, Aaron, before you take off.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I got I've told some people that I would meet up on something
Okay,
in a little bit.
got it.
But I have tomorrow I have the Niners Coast to Coast show with the great Brian Culp, David McNiner, and Ty Alston. We'll of course be talking about the game just like today. I love my guy Ty. Always representing no matter
I got
where
to
he
meet
goes.
Ty. Ty's awesome.
All
Man.
of those
Met him-
guys. I
He
love
brings,
it.
sit right by
brings
the Giants game.
legitimacy and eloquent speaking to our show.
Yes.
Kind of got that
Wednesday,
Byron Allen aspect to him.
Wednesday, I have me and Ted, First and Ted, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then me and Raj on Thursday at 9 p.m. And then usually me next week, I think we'll be doing a show, me and Bash on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll
So-
do
man.
something.
Pretty
Subscribe to
full week.
49ers First Takes, or Aaron's sister will kick
Sister
your ass.
will kick your ass.
Great having you on, man. Take
Hey,
care, bro.
is Raj leaving, or did I hear that right, or am I getting guys mixed up? I thought somebody
Leaving
was,
what?
Somebody was leaving to go back to school or something like
Oh
that.
no,
Maybe it was
Raj is
Raj.
sticking around. He ain't leaving. No,
Okay.
He ain't going nowhere.
Okay, cool.
I was just on with him yesterday, so he's good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There you go. Great having you on, Aaron. Take care, bro.
And
Everybody
appreciate you
subscribe to
guys.
the
Bless you,
channel.
my brother.
Terradome, you're great, man. I'm glad I got a chance to stream with you.
Man, I feel likewise, my brother. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and I
And
love
Bashar,
the
you know I
neon.
love you.
Neon's
Thank you.
incredible.
Neon's,
Likewise,
yeah.
man.
The neons, I would take a beautiful camera over the neons, but we got to do what we got to do. But thanks, everybody. Everybody have a
All
great rest of your evening. Go Niners.
Go
And
Niners.
hopefully the Eagles lose and we'll have the number 1 seed within the next 2 hours. So,
Thank you. Yes.
all right, guys.
And take care, Aaron.
See ya.
And well, there you go. The great Aaron from 49ers First Takes podcast. And we're going to switch up the background just a little bit. And we're going to have our guy right here. Once I get this done, we're going to have Terradome right here give us an update on the status of the Cowboys game. Go right ahead.
Right now, it's still 24-6 with 11 minutes and 1 second left. Cowboys with the ball. Dak back to pass, and it's incomplete over the middle to CD Lamb. Dak is gesturing, look at me, and CD is like, I looked at you. And they're back to pass, 2nd and 10 coming out. And now our Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico. Chris Collinsworth, and he dogs the 49ers all the time. That would make me mad, man. I just think, you need to look at that replay one more time. He's got that Adam's apple, like John Boy Walton from the Waltons. But he's a good dude. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm dogging you, man. But
I know. So shout out to No Border Sports, Ryan. He's here to show some love to David McNiner just to get him up to 100 subs. So that's very interesting. We got Laura doing a David McNiner raid, and I followed their lead. I did drop David McNiner's YouTube channel in the description, in the link in the chat. Actually, there you go. And thank you, awesome Laura and Ryan, and got James Dornall's here too from the UK across the pond. Says
quick break-in.
Cabbage. What's up?
Quick breaking news: Dak just fumbled. Eagles recovered. It's a scoop and score from, it looks like about 40 yards. It's 12-24 with the ensuing PAT attempt coming up. 10 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third. Dak back to pass. He just was looking a little bit, holding it, and looks like Fletcher Cox may have gotten to him. He's bull rushing.
Who got the TD?
The TD is, I don't see the number. I think it was 98, 90. No, 98. The big rookie. The one that was crying.
The guy was crying, Jalen Carter.
Yeah, Jalen Carter. Georgia boy.
There you go.
That's how he's going to be known from now. The one that was crying.
Yeah. Well, I kept hearing it was a beast for all this time. He's been playing on the Eagles this season when he got drafted. What up, David McNiner? Actually, I was on the phone with David McNiner yesterday. I was talking to him, and I was helping him shop for a new laptop. So I don't know if he bought one yet, but if he does, hopefully he's happy with it. Thank you. He says, shout out to my guys, Bashar and Terradome. Let's up and go Niners. Appreciate you. And hey, we got a new subscriber for David McNiner. There you go. And yes, That's shout out to Donald Johnson from my Facebook, good buddy of mine. And
Miami Vice.
Sentinel hit it right on the nose. He says, guys, I could not stand Greg Olson today. He is on Adderall whenever he's commenting for the 49ers. Every time he comments a Niner game, he's starting to get like the Collinsworth. Like, it's almost like, okay, today I am the biggest fan of whoever the 49ers are playing. It's kind of like the stance that he takes.
You get that feeling, right? I mean, it's not just me. You're supposed to be kind of objective, and I can see you being a little offensive minded more so than defensive minded. That's probably how I would do it because I don't think that's pass interference most of the time. I'm a defensive guy, but it just seems like they go for the other team a lot. They probably need to run that back. I think that we can go to the guy, the referee, but I think it's probably not in favor.
Oh man. Let's see what we got. Nighthawk in the house. Nighthawk saying, "Go Niners! We love you, Nighthawk. You're awesome."
Niners, Nighthawk.
James Journal. Whoever wins this game, their fan base is going to be insufferable. We'll either get the Cowboy delusional fan base, or we're still the number one seed from the Eagles. Yeah, I'd rather go for the Cowboys. Be delusional. I can tolerate that a little bit more.
It's no win here. It's no win.
Trying to be diplomatic about it.
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's break down the box score of the Niners. Since we didn't really go through the full box score just yet.
Sure.
But it was a 28-16 49er victory in Levi Stadium. Brock Purdy had 19 for 27, 19 completions with 27 passing attempts, 368 yards. Like I said, it's like how long has it been since we've had a quarterback who puts up 300-yard games with regularity? 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. The interception was a little questionable, but it's okay. He's him being just like everybody else. He's not going to be perfect. Christian McCaffrey, though, on the ground, 16 carries, 145 yards, 9.1 a carry. Did not get a rushing touchdown today. I thought he would have gotten one on that big run that he had, but he got tackled at the one. And Jordan Mason did punch it in. He ran for 4 carries. Jordan Mason. A lot of Niner fans been screaming for this guy to play, right?
I love Jordan Mason. I do. Looks like many.
Thank you for stopping by, Laura. And she's there. And Jordan Mason, 4 carries, 20 yards, 1 TD. Brock Purdy, I ran the ball a little bit, 2 carries, 7 yards. One time it was a little scary because he was running downfield and he had some room to run. And I was like, please slide. And then he kind of does this thing where he kind of doesn't slide, but he flops to the side, right? You notice that?
It's a little hinky. Yeah. It's not cute. It's not a lot of baseball in his sport.
Well, his dad's a baseball player. He was he plays.
Give him the slide gene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that gene was definitely missing. Without a doubt. And Donald Johnson says, I want the Cowboys to win, but it's funny Dak doing Dak things. Yeah. We need Dak to be the good Dak that's been playing ever since we kicked their butts. Yeah, just for tonight. And then you can come back down to reality.
And then you can be real Dak. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And whenever I think of Dak, I think of Whitney Houston. Dak is whack. But not tonight. Not tonight. You got to be good Dak. The leaders. There you go. The leaders on defense. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, these are receiving. Deebo Samuel, 7 receptions, 149 yards, 21.3 a catch, 1 TD. He had himself a game just like he did last week. He exploded, and this week he didn't do much different. I mean, almost very similar actually, but he got the deep balls rather than those big, huge yak plays that people love to discredit Purdy for. Brandon Ayuk, 6 receptions, 126 yards, 21 yards per catch. So both of them had about 21 yards per catch. No TD for Brandon. Could have had one, but he fumbled that one away, you could say. 85, George Kittle on 3 catches, 76 yards. I love it when Kittle's involved. He had himself a tutty, a really, really nice one, actually.
Yes, sir.
Love it when he gets in the end zone. And CMC, I saw him in the slot used a lot. I thought he had more than 1 catch, but it was only 1 catch for 8 yards.
I did too. I know when I look back at the stats, it just said 1. I don't know. Maybe they gave Jordan his.
So I think
Jordan
it's only
had 1 as well, but.
So it's only 2 games this season, I believe. I believe CMC had a touchdown every game this season except for this game and that one where he didn't get the record, right? Forgot who it was again. We won the game, but
yes, we won the game, but I think he got a pass and he didn't get a rushing. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I'll go back and look at it.
Yeah,
sure.
So anyways, and then Juwan Jennings was out there, but he didn't didn't get any receptions. Charlie Warner caught one pass for 3 yards. Jordan Mason one pass for 6
Charlie
yards.
Warner. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
whenever Charlie Warner get one, I'm like, man, it's gonna be a good day.
He had one a few weeks ago. I was like, whoa, Charlie Warner, I think it was on Thanksgiving. Like, well, okay, Charlie Warner caught a pass.
Charlie Warner, son. Yeah, where'd that come from? Yeah.
Charlie Warner.
Let me pick up on defense. On defense, leading all tacklers was Isaiah Oliver. 5 tackles total, 1 assist.
It wasn't looking good when he was first out there, though, right? Isaiah Oliver.
Yeah, had to settle it up a little bit, but he policed himself up. Jair Brown had 5 tackles, 1 assist. Fred Warner, 4 and 4 with an interception. Also, Jair Brown got an interception too.
And he got ejected. I forgot to mention that fight. Yeah.
Ambry got, I think it was Ambry. Yeah, Ambry got ejected. Not Ambry. I'm sorry. Dang, who was it? Theodore Lenore.
I thought Fred Warner got ejected. Was it only Demo?
No, it was just Demo. Fred Warner just went with the sacrificial lamb deal and let DK just grab his helmet, and everybody just kind of got in there. Isaiah Oliver pushed the guy, or was it Ambry Thomas, number 27? He pushed the guy, but Demo came in jumping on the heads of some folks.
I saw him connecting. I saw Demo connecting, man. He was looking like Mike Tyson out there for a minute.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they say he had to go. And it's the second week in a row we had a player ejected. As you know, last week we had Draymond Greenlaw. He had to go but at least it was an even trade this time. We had their number 1 receiver go, as well as one of our good corners, our starting corners. Last week it was Draymond with the Paul Blart Mall Cop guy, which was not an even trade.
DeSandro.
Also, Nick Bosa had 4 tackles, 2 assists with that, and 1.5 sacks, which kicked him up to double-digit sacks for the year.
There you go. Double digits for Nick. A lot of people wanted to repeat 20 sacks or 19 sacks, but
Ambry Thomas had 4 solo efforts. Cleveland Farrell, Richmond, Virginia, Lloyd Seabird High School, 3 tackles and an assist. Also had a sack, and I think Kinlaw registered a half a sack.
Kinlaw was getting in there, man. And Clelin Ferrell was playing the run exceptionally well today. I liked what he was doing against the run all year long. Actually, he's been setting the edge well.
He tries to get stout. Yeah, he's a stout guy.
He was somebody who I thought was going to be a big time pass rusher in the NFL, and I was wrong about that. I remember watching him at Clemson. Yeah,
might have got a little overdrafted. It's the Raiders, you know how they do.
Yeah,
was,
the Raiders do that.
Mike Mayock was Mike Mayock. He'll get you overdrafted. What was I going to say? It escapes me. It'll come back in a minute.
Okay, really quick, I want to read this. Sentinel says, I wish they wouldn't cut away from the fights. Who remembers the Deion Sanders versus Andre Rison fight in 1994? The commentators here. I went back and watched that a few weeks ago, actually, and I was laughing because I was like, well, I didn't remember that the commentators were cheering it on. They were hyping up the fight.
Yeah,
that was so funny.
Yeah, man. It was like the beginning of the game. It was, the first, and they weren't going to throw them out because these are 2 stars of the game.
They were not going to, the league was not going to let them throw them out.
Yes. They were going to make nice. They were going to go to timeout or do whatever it is. But we got to have Mr. Anderson rising here for the duration of this game. Maybe if it was in overtime or something. But no, the fans came out here. You hear all these people out here screaming Deion? No. It was in the Georgia Dome, too.
Yeah, Deion was like, after the game, I saw, he's like, this is my house. This is my house. He had a pick 6, man, and then the announcer was like, "Oh, he's about to do a number on the crowd." He celebrated probably at the 30-yard line, and was running backwards to the 30-yard line. And did a little
high step,
made a little love to that dance
night. That guy was so fast, man. People really don't appreciate the strides that guy had, man. It was crazy. He could bait you into looking open. Just because he got bored, he was like, let me make him look open, and then he just had such closing.
Oh my
man, he was just
He toyed with NFL offenses. He's like, let me give this guy like an 8-yard cushion, pretend he's gonna catch the ball, and then I'm gonna run up and sneak up on him and pick it off. How about that?
Won't nothing like him, man. Won't nothing like him. He was one of one. That guy was just, he could call on a different gear. Only other one I saw like that, man, Bo Jackson was just ridiculous. Bo Jackson just could, oh my God. Grown NFL men, Howie Long, Hall of Famers, said, man, just to see Bo Jackson walk around the locker room was different. It was different just looking at that guy in a towel. It was just it was something.
It's unfortunate that his career was cut very short. His NFL career.
I know, man. One of the greatest.
As much as I hate the Raiders, I could definitely respect the talent and the athleticism and all of that stuff. Hey, did you cover the whole defense? You still have to go back to the defense?
You couldn't play with him on Tecmo Bowl because it was like unfair. All the people.
Oh, that was fun on Tecmo Bowl with Bo Jackson. Oh yeah. And then Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl.
Let's see. Greenlaw had 2-2. Deshaun Gibson had 2-2. Javon Kinlaw, who I mentioned earlier, had 2 tackles, 1 being an assist. And Theodore Lenore had 2 tackles, 1 assist. Kevin Givens, 1-1. Randy Gregory registered a tackle and a sack.
Yes, he did.
That was good.
I was happy to see him get that sack. I was like, okay, there you go, Gregory.
That's what you came in for. You were a pass rush specialist. And Javon Hargrave registered a tackle as well. And, he tried to, I think he got a hamstring injury.
Yeah, he had a hamstring injury. Yeah. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, can you read off the team stats? Do you want to do the team stats as well?
Sure.
Time, possession, all that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's round it off before we close it out.
Team stats. Total yards, we had 527. Passing yards, 354. Rushing, 173. Yards per play, 9.9. We had 19 first downs. We had third down efficiency of 6 of 11. That's well over 50%. I think that's 66%. Quick math. Somebody can check it. Fourth down efficiency, neither team. No, they tried once, and that was a turnover on downs. We didn't try any fourth downs, so it was 0 of 0. Total plays, we had 53 to their 55, so it's pretty evenly matched. Sacks allowed, we allowed 3, they allowed 4. 5 punts for us, 6 punts for them. Penalty yards, which are also critical. We always get 5 penalties every game.
We had 3 in the Thanksgiving game. And this game, man, it's just like when we had that fake punt, I was heated when I saw the flags on the screen. I was heated because when we drafted Wisnowski, they said he runs a 4.6 40. He's not your typical punter. And I was like, cool, we could run some fakes with this guy. I've been waiting 4 years to run a fake punt with Mitch Wisnowski. I got 99 problems with a Mitch ain't one, but I did have a problem when they threw the flag.
Yes. And they could have I thought they could have made it a spot foul. I'll go back and look at my rule book.
He had so many yards prior to Ronnie Bell. It wasn't even a block that they threw. Ronnie Bell
it wasn't a baby the back. Ronnie Bell actually slips, and they run the replay back, and the guy's foot just comes from up under him. And, it wasn't an intentional. I know intentional. We tried the intentional back in the day. When you fire at his knees, you're trying to give him the business. But he just fell. The guy fell over him, and they just threw it or whatever. Fumbles lost. We did lose a fumble. We did have an interception thrown. Time of possession was relatively even. 29-15 for us, 30-45 for them. And as fate would have it, the Cowboys have added to their lead with 4 minutes and 49 seconds left, 27-13 now with a field goal from their field goal. It's not Mayer. I don't know who.
Come on, Dallas. Let's do this.
Dallas.
How about the Niners?
Anger on a hold, and I missed his number again. But he kicked the field goal, so it's 27-13. Still, that 13 is a little iffy with that 27 because 2 touchdowns leaves you out there for a 28 you can get a 2-point conversion, and you want to get that other score in there to make it a 3-score game. Dealing with
Seth Joyner.
Eagles.
Seth Joyner. Maybe Bosa was right about that blueprint. Just saying, because I don't see Jalen. I don't see Jalen Hurts doing much in this box score. 8 for 16, 100 yards. That's about it.
Yeah, he's having a bit of an issue there, mush rushing a little bit. I think they're giving coverage over the top to AJ so they don't get burned deep. That daggone Smith, man, I got to give it up. That I think he's 160 pounds soaking wet, standing in a puddle of pee. But that little guy can get over it.
Devontae Smith, he broke some tackles on that one play on us, man.
He's wiry. He's a tough cat. And he won
let me say shout out to Raphael really quick. He little late comer. It's okay. We'll be here chilling for a little bit before we wrap it up, though. I appreciate you guys if you are showing up late. There is a poll in the chat for who gets a game ball. And Raphael says, "What's up, Bashar and Terradome and everyone else? Like and subscribe. Appreciate you, Raphael. You're a faithful viewer.
Thank you,
I'm a faithful fan. We got Real Teal. He says, "Let's effing go, boys! Sweep, sweep, sweep." He's a Cowboys fan. I appreciate you though. Appreciate you up in the chat. And hey, you guys might help us get the number 1 seat tonight. So we're just talking about how
together. I'm gonna call my mother. She's a Cowboy fan. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What else is going on, man? Just so we did cover the box score. We covered Chase Young, by the way. He did. I noticed we're not running him a whole lot. Maybe the Niners are just looking to save him for when it really, really matters. If you notice, there was a whole lot of times where he wasn't really out in the field. You know, even last game too against Philly. I mean,
because I seen Farrell out there a lot, and then I seen Gregory. I didn't see him very much.
Okay. I had you confused with somebody else. Real Teal, my bad. I'm a Niner fan, diehard. Real Teal. Hang on. I'm gonna make this one special. This is for you, Real Teal. Real Teal is a diehard 49er fan. He loves the 49ers. Bang. I hope I made love for you, Real Teal. I had to make it special. Hang on. I'm gonna do this one again. He's been a Niner fan since 1994. Shout out to Real Teal, the real Niner fan. I hope that makes up for it. I really, really do. And he says, "Ha, my man. Thank you, baby. Hey, I had to. That's the least I could do. That's the least I could.
Yes, do. You know, you made that right. Like the mafia says, how can we make this right? How can we make this right?
People have told me I look like I could be related to Tony Soprano or some guy on the if they did a knockoff version of Sopranos or how you doing? No, bada boom, bada bing,
bada bing. You know what I mean? You know this guy here, man. It's just breaking my balls.
Good fellas, man. He's a wise guy. What I tell you?
This guy's he's funny. You know, he's a funny guy. I think he wears those things on his eyes.
Now, back in the motherland, Sicily, you know, my grandma, she made the best pasta.
Bada bish. I love. Don't even get me started, man.
I don't know, man. Casino, Goodfellas, and The Sopranos. It's just. I hate violence, but it's all connected to violence and drugs and mayhem. But it's entertainment. I don't know why.
It's family. It's masculine. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
He
was driving a little bit. Ooh, who's that tight end? Is that Goddard? Goddard's out
there. So we got and James Durnall says, any news on Ward and Gravedigger pulled muscle? I don't have any injury updates. I could run through Twitter really quick and see what they said. And Donald Johnson says, I'm actually glad they are saving Chase Young. So Chase Young did have a sack on, but it wasn't registered as a sack, unfortunately. He did have a sack, though, on a 2-point conversion.
Yes, sir.
So
I remember that.
You know, so that was cool. So I mean, when he's out there, he's getting pressure, he's producing. It's just that we're throwing in Clelin Ferrell in there, we're throwing in Randy Gregory, and you know, I just hope that, man. You know, last year we could tell Bosa was a little gassed in the playoffs, right? He's kind of been gassed these past few years. So hopefully, with this addition of Chase Young and Gregory and all that, we have it right once the playoffs come around.
Yeah, I think we're pacing them a little bit to really gather up and hit the ramp, man. You got to hit the ramp at the right time. Regardless of how good your team is, you want to be peaking at the right time. And sometimes you can peak a little early and then get on a downward descent. And by January, you're like, I ain't quite got it all. And because it was a I think all playoffs last year, Bosa didn't register a sack. And it probably came from a fast start, peaked right around the time we played the Cardinals down in Mexico. And then he started going towards that downward trend. But right now, he's hitting double-digit sacks. And if conventional wisdom holds true, he should be ramped up for another 6 coming in these next couple of months when you're really, really going to need him, with the addition of a Gregory and a Chase Young and a Cleveland Farrell. So I think, we got some irons in the fire. I can see it.
We sure do. And I do want to say that I'm going to close the poll that I have right now in the chat really, really quick. And who do we have? We have Purdy with the lead at 42% for the game ball out of 26 votes. So CMC was at 31%, Deebo Samuel 27%, but 0 votes for both. So he had a sack and a half, though. He had himself a good game. And going to close the poll, and Brock Purdy does get the game ball, 42% with the vote. So thank you for everyone who participated.
Hey.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Brock
the Purdy dog.
The Purdy man.
The Purdy deep ball.
The Purdy deep ball. Oh, my God.
The Purdy accuracy, the Purdy timing. It's all Purdy.
And I think you sent me on Instagram, too, with the guys debating the 3 guys, man. They brought up another wonderful stat.
They're really good. They're really good.
Oh, man, they really delved into it. They brought in those air yards, which was just incredible. 9.4 on his air yards per attempt, which leads the NFL.
Kurt Banker is
amazing stuff.
Yeah, Kurt Banker also did a really nice video about Brock Purdy, where he did a film review. If you go to my Instagram page, the last 2 videos that I posted are all about Purdy. One's with Kurt Banker, and the other one are these guys from this podcast I never heard of, but it was a viral video from TikTok, and it just went viral on Twitter as well. And I threw it up on my Instagram. And if you want to see some good breakdowns, those 2 videos, they're short little videos. When you get a chance, just head over to my Instagram page to see those 2 videos about Purdy. And they debunk all the myths about dinking and dunking and all this crap. And he's got plenty of great stats to prove that he's up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing 20 passes that are 20 plus yards, the accuracy, the timing, the amount of times he completes those passes. It's through the roof, man. It's more than we could ask for at quarterback. I don't know where I'm not sold on him crowd is coming from, or he's not a franchise guy, or
I don't know, man.
How does it sound? Go ahead, Tara. How does that sound?
Mullins. I don't know. I mean, he might be Nick Mullins. I think he's Jimmy G 2.0, and I just call him booger eaters and mouth breathers and bottom feeders. They just they see stuff in the abstract. They just think about everything wrong that could happen, that has ever happened to this franchise. But as Jesus said, I came that you would have life and have it more abundantly. I'm just sharing my wisdom and my knowledge of what I know to be the traits and signs and wonders and miracles of what is a good thing happening when you're leading teams. When you're leading the NFL statistically in certain categories, when you're going on the road making things happen, when your GM, when the organization has done things at the most pristine level that they possibly can do, everybody's doing their job, doing it well, and enjoys coming to work and being around each other. Man, you got to make it something wonderful. Can I guarantee the Super Bowl wrap it up is done? No, I don't think any man can. But what I can tell you is the conditions are set. The people are in place. We've got a good energy happening. And what I really like about this team, they closed ranks way back when in June. And they just didn't listen to the outside chatter. They just went about their business. People were coming to camp and saying, well, obviously this quarterback is better. I went to camp and I saw this happen. I know what I saw and this and that. they were getting to those meeting rooms. The magic happens after y'all are not there. And they said to a man, hey, this is the real deal. We got some real stuff happening here. They went out and got the right coaches. They went out. We just got a pedigree of championship football. There are 4 families on this team whose fathers or grandfathers or older cousins or something have been involved in championship football. That's the Kubiak family. That's the Bether family. That's the Turner, the McCaffreys, the Shanahans. These people have been around Super Bowl winning people. And it is showing. I am seeing I know what it looked like. I know what I'm looking at. And that daggone Brock Purdy, I don't know where he's like a Martian, man. You don't come in 22, 23 years old and looking off safeties and looking off linebackers and staring down zero thunder blitzes and waiting to the last possible second to throw to your heart routes. You don't do that at 22 and 23 years old. That takes 5 years. That takes 7 years of mastery. And he came in December 4th, 2022, doing just that against a very stacked Miami defense. I said, oh, ain't nothing to stop us but us. We got
who was it, Jefferson Starship or whatever? Nothing's gonna stop us now. 80s reference. We got Red Jet. Red Jet was at the game.
She went to the game today. Yeah, she did. Out there with Miss Debbie.
Miss Debbie was there, Queen Debbie.
Oh man, I know they partied up hard.
Yeah, they must have had a blast. Let me just catch up with these comments really quick. And then after that, we're gonna talk a little bit about Purdy. Gonna throw up a couple stats and a little bit after that we will get going. But I'm just gonna catch up with these. Fired Up 49 says, go look at CMC's run on the first play of the game. Brock Purdy ran down the field with him blocking. He's the first to pick up CMC off the ground. Okay, I didn't know that. I gotta go back and look. Nighthawk says, I hope the Eagles lose. As we're heading towards that. Hopefully that does happen. I hope the Cowgirls do beat the Eagles as well. With you on that one, Nighthawk. Red Chet says, go Niners, go. James Durnall says, I wonder how the national media is going to discredit him next. Exactly. Can't say Yak. You can't say Dink and Dunk. Can't say everyone else he's distributing it like this. Backwards hat makes sense. I mean, he's throwing deep balls. He's what more can you say, dude? Making passes under pressure. I'm gonna throw out some stats for Brock.
Go ahead, bro. Please.
These are from my Twitter feed, and I thought they were very, very important. Shout out. Let me zoom in on this really quick. Shout out to Jordan Elliott. He said, Brock Purdy. By the way, I've been calling when I was on with Raj last week, and I've been saying it. I've been saying it whenever we play Seahawks. Brock Purdy is a Seahawk killer. And Brock Purdy in 4 career starts versus the Seattle Seahawks, 1,126 passing yards, 281.5 per game average, 8 touchdown passes, 2 picks, 1 rushing touchdown, 113.2 rating, and most important stat of them all, I believe it was the victories. 4-0 for the Seahawk killer. Brock Purdy that's who he is. And I'm gonna throw up another stat line in just a second about Purdy that I had on my Twitter feed. In just a moment, you will see it. You shall see it. And I'm gonna tell you guys about that one. Yeah, I mean, what a breath of fresh air. We always feared the Seahawks, and they were the team that always scared us, and they were that huge thorn in our side. Now we're the huge thorn in their side. The tables have officially turned, if you ask me. Brock Purdy versus the Seattle Seahawks today. Again, I reiterate the stat line: 19 for 27, 368 passing yards, 2 TDs, 122 passer rating, 28-16 is the victory. There he is, right there. There's the man of the hour. Gets the game ball on the 49er-minded YouTube chat and gets the game ball in general. Just he's awesome. Happy to have him. Let's see what James says. I like that. I haven't seen that in a while. Not since I was a little kid.
I got from our gang. I think Little Rascals.
I used to watch that when I was a little kid.
I did too, man. Little Rascals.
I love the Little Rascals. James Durnall says, nice win because of a quarterback in spite of him. Yes. Feels so much better. With the quality of this team, it will spell any future 49er teams we see. It isn't going to get better than this. Yes. Hopefully we see this I mean, I don't want to say too much. I'm hoping it's just like a longevity type of deal, 10+ year type of deal. Hopefully, I'm just saying he's a youngster. Hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he expands on this, and we're going to have a lot of smiling 49er fans. Let's just say that if that's the case.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It looks good. We're going to enjoy this one for another day or two, and we've got to put our efforts and our focus and fixate on we got some more birds. I think it's the Cardinals coming up. We got the Cardinals. Yeah, it's going to be the Cardinals, and then we got Christmas, which not a lot of shopping days left, everyone. We're going to play the Baltimore Ravens in Santa Cruz.
Yes, that's going to be a tough game. Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens always had that tough defense. They're just a tough team to face against. We do have NFL royalty. Tanya Sayao is in the chat. Make him say ow. He's high faithful. And Donald Johnson with the update. 14 minutes left in the Eagles game against the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully Dallas Cowboys do come out on top. Looks like we're heading towards that.
They are driving.
What's the score?
Still the 27-13, 12 minutes and 6 seconds left in the fourth. Dak in a shotgun condensed formation, quick speed out. Oh, and a nice little jump over by the tight end, Ferguson. He had a little hurdler stretch on there. He put a little hurdler on there on the quick out on what they call a stick route. He just hit that thing, man. And look at him over there, looking like Edwin Moses. Remember Edwin Moses?
I don't remember the name. I don't remember him necessarily. I didn't remember the name.
He's huge, long strides. Back in the 70s, he used to run the hurdles, man. And I remember him in the Olympics. His shoe came untied. And the guy's stride was so long, it was like, it don't even matter, man. He still wanted to go with his shoelaces untied. Check out Edwin Moses, anybody, man. He was the most beautiful strides you ever want to see. Cool, brother. Looked like he listened to jazz and smoked a little weed.
maybe that's what got him going. Red Jet was at the game, and she said, huge shout out to Debbie. Shout out to Debbie, Ryan. If you met her at the tailgates or at the games, and you know how much of an awesome person. Debbie's an awesome person, and we all know that very well. Awesome. Huge shout out to Debbie for the invite today. It was Let me ask you this, Red Jet. You said she invited you. Were you two in the 49er gold mine section by any chance? Not sure if you that's where you were sitting, but if you were, just let me know, because that's where I sat for the New York Giants game, and it was a lot of fun. You have to cheer your ass off when you sit in that section, though. They make you cheer like it's a job. Like, okay, you're here, but you have to cheer, and that's basically what the rule is. We got
be lit.
Okay, section 224. Okay, cool. That's a nice section, by the way. Nighthawk says it is amazing to be a 49ers fan right now. Go Niners! Yes, we're very fortunate.
I wouldn't want to be rooting for any other team. And when I said, man, when you wear your gear, everybody just. You can be in the grocery store. I was looking for some good produce and everything, man. And the Eagles fan just stopped me. He said, man, y'all ain't have to wear something like that. I love it, man. It's a pride you need to have. And it's, that deep. Oh, we missed one in the
He tried to throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
Was it third down?
Right, that was third down, yeah. Looks like
okay, so are they going to punt or kick a field goal?
They're going to punt this one, I believe. He's around the 45, I believe.
Okay.
Let me see here. Dang, that would have been a nice hooker. He was open, too. Oh, he just dropped it. It just, that ball beat him up like he stole something. He's, Bradbury on the coverage.
Tebow's favorite DB.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, they're going to kick a field goal. They're lining up. It's going to be a 45-yard attempt. And it's good.
There you go.
The score right now, 30-13, 9 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Okay, things are looking good. Let me just catch up with a couple of comments before we round this out. Appreciate everybody who showed up in the chat, everybody who participated in the poll. It was Brock Purdy who had the game ball. That was what the vote was for. If you see it in the chat, James Journal said 4th and 3, Cowboys pass. They should be assaulting the clock. Exactly why they nosedive the playoffs every year. Oh, if we play them, we'll make sure they do another nosedive. We usually do.
Yeah.
There you go, 33
We'll
team.
handle that. Yeah.
And Donald Johnson's asking if Red Jet ever hung out with John Chapman. Not sure she has, but I got to meet him at training camp. Really, really cool guy. Met him and Wayne Breezy. We all went and kicked it at this one restaurant afterwards. So we're very two nice people. And that was the first time I met Ted in person as well. He was out there. Shout out to Ted.
Yeah. I met Ted at Wayne's video when we went out for the Cowboys
to the Bay.
Said,
we so bright that we shining. And all we know is the Niners.
But man, yeah, we had a lot of energy. And I met John. John was out there too. I met him in Pittsburgh as well. That was a really good trip, man. If you ever get a chance to go up to Pittsburgh, great people, great food. I had a Ben Roethlisberger. That thing is huge. Pause. And just good people, man. Real football town. And not like Philadelphia people. It's different.
It's in Pennsylvania, but it's almost, from what I hear, it's night and day. It's like you got classic fans here, and you got fans who were spawned from hell. So
yeah.
So I was gonna say you got to meet John V in Pittsburgh. Is that correct?
Not John V. John Chapman.
Oh, okay. You didn't get to meet John V, but he was there. And he was there too.
I was on with John V. Yeah.
Yeah, John V's awesome. Shout out to him. He might be watching. Yeah, he's been out here plenty of times. Oh yeah, from the Locker Room Rant. For those of you who are not subscribed to the Terror Dome YouTube channel, just hit the description box of this video. You can subscribe to his channel and link up with the Terror Dome. Does his awesome little film reviews, and let him know what you got going on this weekend when you're going to be going live and all that.
Oh, something to watch on TV if you get a little bored after the game. The Bookie. On HBO Max, man. Okay. If you ever, in a day and age of parlays and underdog sports and all of these, way that you, shall we say, do venture capitaling on football, check out The Bookie, man. Great dialogue, great stars. It has the guy that plays Hollywood in Queen Sugar, if any of y'all watched Queen Sugar before, and just a cast of zany characters. Charlie Sheen shows up. It's really good on HBO Max. Yeah.
Did he say winning?
He didn't hear because he owed the bookie some money.
So he's losing.
Losing.
There you go.
But it's real slick. It's a good. It's.
I was gonna say I caught that Eddie Murphy movie recently, Candy Cane Lane, the Christmas movie. It's all right. It's okay.
My wife really liked it. Yeah.
What'd you think? What'd you think?
I didn't see it yet. I didn't see Candy.
Oh, you didn't see it yet? Okay, it's on Prime Video.
Yeah.
Christmas movie. I'm not sure if it's in the theaters. It might be. But
it's
Eddie
as soon
Murphy.
As I open it up, it's up in there. Yeah, I seen it.
Eddie Murphy Christmas movie, family movie. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. I definitely say check it out if you're an Eddie Murphy fan. Just I did not. You know what I did not see? The Eddie Murphy Dolomite movie.
Oh man, you would love that. That's Rudy Ray Moore, man.
Yeah,
he becomes Dolomite. It is incredible, man. And I'm just an Eddie Murphy fan. Everything he's ever done. That was my first comedian concert I ever went to in 1987 with my girlfriend at the time, man. And he cut the fool. He did Raw. And then when the movie came out, I'd seen all the jokes. So I kind of knew everything in there. He was on tour doing Raw, and then he released the movie later. He ain't wear the purple jump, though. He just had like
I used to work in the comedy field, and a lot of people don't know that, like, when they do those comedy specials on on national TV or whatever, those are jokes that they have perfected and mastered. So therefore it's fitting for a special because they know that they're going to hit it and nail those jokes. Not one joke is going to bomb or not get laughs. So so they've been touring around the nation before they even made that special with those same jokes, basically.
Mm-hmm. Hercules.
My brother, shout out to my brother, and rest in peace to my brother. But there's a memory when I was a kid. Me and my brother, we had so many laughs as a kid, and we watched Trading Places as a kid. And my brother would always reference the Even when we were kids, he'd always reference the scene with Eddie Murphy dressed up as the African guy on the subway, and then I don't know, I don't know where my brother would just like imitate, like it's beef jerky time. Like my brother would do that when we were kids, and we should crack up.
I do that. Just at the if it's a great line from a movie, I'll just break out and do it. So my wife and my family and everybody, they know how Hugh is, man.
Yeah. Hey, Nighthawk, I appreciate it. Since your stream was amazing tonight. Keep up the great work. Appreciate everybody. Donald Johnson, Red Jet, all those who are sticking around. Silent viewers. Like to hear more from the silent viewers if they hop in the chat and show some love, and we can shout them out too.
But in there, hit that like button, hit that like and subscribe, man, to my man Bashar. He's my spirit animal. He's on the KRS-One side of the game, and I'm on the Rock Him and Public Enemy. We came up with that real music. No mumble rap. You had to have a lyric.
Don't even mention that stuff, please. Yeah, the stuff hey, as long as it gets Debo and Trent Williams and the rest of the team hyped. Whenever I look those songs up, I'm like, let me look this song up. I'm like, okay,
Dr. Dre.
I'm not feeling this song, but the team likes it and we win, so I'm gonna zip it on that one. Yeah,
it's not Grandmaster and the Furious Five. I
was making a joke with Raj. I was like, oh man, what's the next song they're gonna come out? Are they gonna come out to any of the new Andre 3000?
Just that stuff, man. I'm like, oh god,
yeah,
it's a couple of them pretty cool. I like Kendrick Lamar and Wale. And we got J. Cole down here in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
I saw J. Cole live actually. It was a lot. Yeah, we went to Vegas with some friends, and he was there, and we saw him live on his birthday. J. Cole's good, obviously. Yeah, been awesome with you having you on, and just let them know about what you have going on during the week and your little shows that you got going on. And after this, we'll just close it out, man.
Terror Dome Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10, all T's. 10 a.m. on the eastern part of the United States. It's going to be 7 for you guys. So if you're on the West Coast, so while you're getting ready, while you get ready to go to work, while you just want to get that first get in before all the onslaught of trash that starts happening. No, everybody else ain't trash. I'm relatively early in the West Coast, but 10 o'clock is good for me. So check me out for an hour and a half. Sometimes I will have my girl, Red Jet Shell. She's like my pseudo co-host. She be holding me down, man. She has to come in and just do work. I have to draft her, but she's my girl, and we just kick it and have a good time. I'm gonna
get her on my channel one of these days. I'm gonna maybe this week or next week.
I saw her on yours first. I mean, we were friends for years because she's an incredible photographer. But then I thought I saw her on. It was something that you and her wore, and I was like, "Oh, Red Jet do that too." Let me,
we were never on the same stream together, but maybe somewhere in social media. I don't know.
I thought for sure y'all were on something together. It might have been you and. No, it had to be you two because I wouldn't. I said I ain't messing with nobody who ain't messing with Bashar.
I don't know what you saw. This is kind of giving me the Sinbad Shazam movie vibes, or what was that? You know how like everybody thought that Sinbad movie existed, but it never existed. I don't know if you know about that internet phenomenon.
Yeah, I think it had to be that, or maybe I just crazy about both of you. And hey, yeah, man, I'm gonna have film breakdown. I do the all 22s. Tell you what I saw and compare it up against everybody else, or just piggyback on some guys are just so phenomenal. Johnny Dales, shout out. Mainly he comes to mind first and foremost, man. But I check everybody out. Kurt Warner, JT O'Sullivan. I check out a lot of people and pick up different nuggets. And it's some wrinkles that I'll give that they may want to check out sometimes because I really come from a defensive perspective. Other than that, I'm in different people's chats, man. Yourself, I'm arguing with TED Talk sometimes. I'm on his Real Talk, Niner Talk, nothing but Niners. Wayne Breezy a lot. Eric Crocker. I jump on some of their shows too, and Larry Kruger. every now and again. He's a busy dude.
There you go. You can catch Terradome on his channel and just hit the description box of this video and you'll find him on there. You can find Aaron from 49 First Takes on there as well. He was on the show earlier. He had to go. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Fired Up 49 said the Eagles just fumbled. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, so I'll be hosting the Bring the Heat podcast on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. It's going to be on my channel. It's a rotational podcast where we feature Mariah from 49 Faith Elite podcast. We feature Ryan from No Border Sports. So we alternate channels every week, and this week it's going to be on my channel. It's always at Tuesday at 6 o'clock. That's the normal bat time on a different bat channel, depending on the week. Friday, going to be on Ball and Bash and Ted and myself on Friday. And 7 o'clock, it should be Raj and myself. We switched it up and did the show yesterday with Raj, but it's usually on Fridays at 7. If you're not into my social media, follow me on Instagram, 49er Minded, 49er Minded on Twitter, the 49er Minded Facebook page. It's all there. If you have any ideas or just want to hit me up and have a 49er chat, whatever, you can always hit me up in the DMs, and I'm there. So appreciate everybody. We had a great game, great win. 28-16, 49ers were victorious against the Seattle Seahawks. Thank you guys for watching 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. Keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er Minded. Peace. Bang, bang, Niner game.
Bang, bang, Niner game.
Purdy. Come on, 49er fans, let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mind.
Yeah, yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49er mind.